Oh.
I see your lobby is private. Interesting.
Which one?
In-game.
I didn't make it private. It might just be because of campaign. I don't know. So how are you guys finding campaign at the moment? Because I know Sean came on the other day and basically was like, yeah, I found everything. I'm busy sat here wandering around going, I ain't found anything. So...
I feel like I'm making a bit slow progress with the story. That's only because I've just been going doing the side missions and trying to collect all the Spartan cores and rescuing all the Marines.
Yeah, I've been doing the same. What I did was, like, whereabouts, like, what's the mission, the weapons giving you at the moment, John?
I've only just entered like the AA batteries.
Oh, okay, you're ahead of me then.
Alright.
So, have you been to the mining area?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if you've been to the oh crap, I'm dead. I was trying to get on top of a cliff so I could just leave it at that and then just have the conversation playing over it. Yeah, I haven't even gone to the quarry yet or the mining bit because I've been busy just chilling out and doing absolutely everything else on the map. Like, no joke, I've been practically everywhere. So fun stuff. I'm just going to go for that farm and then I'll go up. So yeah, I've not been to the mining area and I've not been to the AA batteries yet because I think that's down as one of my objectives. But like everything else I've been exploring and collecting and doing and getting all the audio logs. Meanwhile, Sean's got like 4 out of, what was it, 9 skulls or something?
I haven't got any skulls yet and I've done my best to keep an eye out for the audio logs, but I've not actively looked for them.
Oh, I mean, like, every time I go into an area, I start scanning for them if I can hear them.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Because I keep having this whole thing where I'll go into an area, and then all of a sudden I'll just start hearing one, no matter where I am, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll start scanning, and then next moment, I'll end up stumbling across 1 or 2, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair enough then, you know. Sean was busy killing all the high-value targets the other day as well, weren't you, Sean?
Yeah.
I've tried a couple of occasions to do it the assassination style by just, finding a cliff with a sniper rifle and just trying to snipe them.
Oh, yeah.
Done it twice, only once has it worked out. The other, I've kind of had to just still go up to them.
Do you want to know a really good way of doing it that I found out the other night? So, if you are near a weapons cache, or depending how much value you have and what weapons you've unlocked, I found the best things to give the AI to help you out is stuff like the sniper, the rocket launcher and the skewer, or the sniper, the skewer, and the sentinel beam. So what you can do is you can find an area, because I found a Forerunner weapons cache last night. Give the AI the cinder shot, the sentinel beam, the sniper, and a skewer, and then I put them all in a razorback. And then next thing you know, I just rolled up and did a drive-by on one of the high-value targets and killed him in like 2 seconds. No joke, the AI is strangely brutal with the other weapons. Like, it's especially accurate with the skewer and the sniper for no good reason. So you can just sit there and just wreck everybody just by driving up on people. Oh, it's actually pretty fun doing it that way. It's like
what difficulty are you running it?
Heroic. Why? What are you doing?
Alright, I was just doing it normal, just to get a good grasp of like the new mechanics and what to expect.
Stu's doing it on, I think, normal or easy, I think he said, because I warned him about stuff, but I mentioned...
It was me who's doing it on Epic.
Yeah, Sean was doing it on Legendary, and then I think he overwrote his save, didn't you, Sean? I think you said that last night.
I tried it on Legendary, because everybody's like... I tried it on Heroic and Legendary, and I think I destroyed the ice one off.
Yeah, so now he's got just the Heroic one. Which is no big deal. It's just the whole thing of, it's like I've been warning people, if you go into this thinking it's going to be a normal Halo title, you're sorely mistaken, especially on the harder difficulties. Because I've got killed so many damn times, and it tends to be from, like, out of nowhere almost. I'll be sat there, and the next minute, I'll get sniped by a skirmisher with a stalker, and that's it. I'm just down, out of nowhere. Or there's one particularly nasty FOB. I'm not sure whether you have been there yet, but it's one. Let me try and find out the name of it, because I'm on the map now.
Let me guess. Is there invisible elites?
Yeah, there's a bunch of invisible elites on it.
Yeah, I think I've encountered one of them.
So it was FOB Delta, and I landed at the FOB, and I'm like, you know what? It seems oddly quiet here. Maybe it's just like a one-off or a bug or something. So of course I go and approach the encampment. Next minute, 2 elites with energy swords roll up and just wreck me. I was like, oh, okay, you know, I wasn't expecting this, and ever since, I've been getting way more invisible elites coming out of nowhere, or, I think there was an Ultra at one point, that literally kept going invisible, and then coming uninvisible again, and then going invisible again, so he couldn't make his mind up. I had a game-breaking bug before this, though, which was surprising.
Oh, you've had game-breaking bugs, have you?
Yeah,
Oh.
I actually had one now. I've been sat here being like, oh, nothing happens to me. You know, I'm on the Xbox version. It's all great. And then, no joke, it happened on stream as well, just. I completed a mission to rescue some Marines. And just before it gave me the results saying you've got this much valor or whatever, I decided that what I would do was I would, while I've saved them, I would check to see what else I needed to do on the map, and as I went to do that, I clicked the map as it was loading up the valor points and everything, and instead it just wouldn't let me actually do anything. The game was still playing, but it just locked up. It was almost like it was froze between gameplay and the menu, so I couldn't actually access anything at all, which was bad.
I had this weird issue where when I first started the campaign, or at least the second time when I started the campaign, because I told you when I first loaded it, started the first mission, crash.
Yeah.
And then I had to reload the game. So I did that. And during my second playthrough, every time I tried to access the TAC map, the game would just lag and would just take absolutely ages to load the TAC map.
Oh, that's weird.
But then the third and onwards playthroughs, it loads fine, relatively.
Huh.
Here's another bug for you, right? Sometimes when I reload the game and I just click on like continue,
Yeah.
I automatically die and I end up respawning.
Did I tell you about the mini Phantom?
Oh, I've actually seen a mini Phantom.
I've actually had it, and it exploded and killed 3 of my Marines when I shot it.
Oh, that didn't happen to me. I just blew it up and it was fine. Nobody died.
It must have been my fault then. But yeah, just a really tiny Phantom, like the size of a pigeon or whatever. I'm just like, wait, what? You know, so that was weird.
Vanished technology, shrinking their aircraft.
I know, right?
That's how they can get away.
There's the only other thing I've been encountering, which I find is... Well, actually, no. There's 2 things that I've encountered now that are funny and kind of minor. One is the animations for Marines when going down a hill are absolutely terrible.
Oh.
Like, when you go down a hill with Marines running, watch the Marines run, it is so goofy. They're taking, like, the biggest strides ever, and their upper body isn't moving, so it's like there's no momentum in the movement or anything. It makes them look super stiff, and I just can't unsee it, especially because I've been busy doing a lot of animation recently, where I've been focused on trying to make stuff look natural. So to see somebody else do this on like a AAA game and it looks so stiff, I was like, wait, what? You know.
Just remember Mass Effect. Was it Andromeda?
Yeah, it was Andromeda.
Yeah, the animations on that.
I'll be back in a sec. Just got onto this phone call.
No problem, Sean. So yeah, there was that, and I don't know whether you've experienced it, but I swear the pilot, Echo 216, I swear he's a murderer.
Him?
Yeah, he's a cold-blooded murderer, and he just plays it off.
He just seems to me like a coward.
Dude, have you ever seen him drop vehicles on friendlies?
I rarely use the vehicle terminal.
Oh my god, I use it all the time, right? And out of the past 5 times I've dropped a vehicle, 4 out of 5 times it's dropped on a friendly marine and crushed them. And the worst one was recently, he dropped, it quick saved, and I died, and then I came back to the quick save, and it saved it at a point where he drops off a hog, it lands on a female marine, squishes her, she drops the skewer, and then the male marine next to her goes, "Oh sweet," picks up her skewer, and then gets in my hog. I was like, what the hell is going on here, you know? It's funny, but it's just brutal. And then, of course, they make him fly off, but he doesn't fly off in a straight line or, arc slowly up into the air. Instead, he just vertically rises and they slowly shrink his model. Oh, it's silly stuff like that looks so stupid, but I can kind of wave it off because it's not game-breaking, like anything that you'd see in, say, like, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The only thing that's been game-breaking for me, or soured the experience for me so far, has to be the one where it froze on me completely when I was going into the map. But I mean, apart from that, I've been enjoying it. It's been a bit brutal trying to adapt to the way that the combat is handled on the higher difficulties. It definitely encourages more ranged gameplay with a little bit more patience and a little bit less sort of just thinking you can grapple onto something, run in, and then shoot everything and it dies.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know what you mean. Like, I really want to try higher difficulties. I'm undecided if the next playthrough I'll do it on Heroic or Legendary, because I feel like Heroic will be just about my level.
Yeah.
Legendary, it just feels like I'm going to be in a world of hurt.
See, I want to do Legendary. I wanted to do that from the very beginning, but I thought because of me not playing FPSs properly in ages, because of me having that injury, I thought I'll start on Heroic and see what happens. And the whole reason for it was I thought, well, the whole idea is you're supposed to be on your own, and you're supposed to be fighting tooth and nail to take back the ring. So I was like, I want that kind of feeling, so I want that challenge to be there to experience that,
Actually, I've just realised, I think maybe I should do it on Legendary to see the Legendary end scene.
Wait, there's a Legendary end scene?
I assume there would be, because every Halo game's had a Legendary end scene. That's the whole point of playing Legendary.
Oh yeah, true.
So I'm just going to go for it on Legendary next time.
I can't wait to play it on campaign co-op in like March or something. Was it March or May?
Yeah, I was actually trying to think what would the things that weren't going to be available on launch. I knew it was Forge, I just couldn't remember the second one.
Forge and campaign co-op. What's going to happen is, they said campaign co-op was going to be in the second season, and then that got pushed back to about March or May, I think it is.
Alright.
And then Forge is going to come after that, because from all the leaks and everything, it looks like they're actually having it so you can like fully code missions and things in Forge.
Oh.
Using a system similar to Unreal Engine's blueprints.
Alright.
It's kind of like that, where it looks like they've got a full scripting system set up so that you can script AI engagements and things.
Oh, that is awesome. I can't wait for that.
But that's if all the stuff that I've seen online and the people's assumptions and stuff are correct. Because I did see like the whole thing that they were showing that looked... It was an image I'd seen about 2 to 3 months ago, I think. And it showed the blueprint style system for AI, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. If this is why it's taking so long, I can understand that, trying to get the AI to sync up and everything over multiplayer. Because people just genuinely think, oh, it's just Forge, why are you holding back? And it's like, well, if you're trying to make stuff, like multiple things, sync over a network connection, it's going to be a lot harder than just turning around and be like, yeah, I'm going to throw a block here and it'll work.
Each iteration of Forge has been more ambitious than the last. Like, they're always adding in a lot more new stuff and new mechanics in, so it's understandable that they're probably pushing for something even bigger.
Yeah.
Because 5, I think, is at the moment the pinnacle for the time being.
Yeah.
Because you can place blocks and clone them, group them up, add basic scripting, which you kind of can do in like 2, but Halo 2 Anniversary. But 5 just took it to a whole new level, and change all the textures on the blocks.
Yeah.
And that's all the things that I'm aware of, because I never really fully messed around with Halo 5.
So, whereabouts have you been on the ring so far? Have you been, like, everywhere, or what?
Kind of. Like I said, because I've just been focusing on doing the side missions, I have sort of been walked around a lot. I don't think I've, like, explored everywhere completely, because I haven't really got all the audio logs or found all the skulls yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I did explore everywhere, I might have come across them.
It's like I've been going out of my way to do every single marine thing, taking every FOB, doing the high value targets, and then doing the Spartan cores and the armor caches. You know, the ones that give you the multiplayer unlocks.
I've not been bothering with them because I read somewhere that there's a glitch with them.
Yeah, I think I posted on Discord. Basically, the bug is, if you quick resume the game, it may possibly delete your save data for it. So you won't unlock them.
Yeah, so I'm not going to bother with them until much, much later.
But yeah, I've been doing all of that stuff, so I've basically explored quite a lot of the map and got all that stuff. Oh, and the Grunt Propaganda Towers as well, which are the best thing in the entire game. I just don't get enough of them, man. I need more of them.
They're funny, but I really want a mission where I can find the Grunt and then just kill him.
I would love to just have it where there is a mission where you can find him, where you can literally just sit there and listen to him just talking propaganda into a microphone. Honestly, I would just sit there in, like, the corner and just listen to him if he can't see me. Because it's just funny listening to him talk smack. Oh. How are you finding the vehicles, by the way? Because I find it a little bit awkward to drive them because of all the bumpy terrain.
Yeah, I do find them a little bit awkward. Something that I've found really tricky is the tanks, but I don't know if it's because I don't really drive the tanks. Well, the Scorpion tank, I should be more specific. As often as I'd like to on PC.
Yeah.
Because the controls are just rather weird. Right, in the previous Halo titles, was it that when you moved this is me trying to remember because it's been a long time since I last drove them on console, but when you move the stick to, like, just drive forward, when you're moving the camera, does it automatically direct the tank to go in that direction as well?
From what I remember previously, it was the tank and the turret both work individually of each other, so the right stick controls the turret and it's aiming, and the left stick controls where the tank goes.
Alright. Infinite, that's different, because wherever you're moving, like on keyboard, your mouse, wherever it's looking, that's where the tank is going. So if I move the mouse to move the turret, the tank is going to move with the turret.
That might have been what I was finding an issue as well then, because when you enter that FOB, not the FOB, sorry, when you enter that area where it's got a tank that's in the garage,
yeah.
When I got that and then started driving around with it, I found it a little bit awkward to drive it as well, and I was actually wondering what was going on, because I thought, is it just me being crap at video games now after, you know, so long of not really touching them? Or is it just that they've changed something and I've not realised because I'm panicking trying to get out there before it gets destroyed? Oh.
It feels like they changed it, but then again, this is me trying to translate what I used to do on console and doing it on PC, and I can't remember if it's the same issue with the MCC collection on Steam with the control scheme, but I do find that I have to, like, compensate by changing the directional key that I'm moving to compensate where I want the tank to keep moving while I'm moving the mouse around to try and look around corners and things. It is awkward. But the rest of the vehicles are kind of fine-ish. I mean, I've only messed around with the chopper. Oh, the chopper I do find awkward, but I think choppers are always awkward anyway. That's just
the chopper,
brute technology for you.
I was ripping into the chopper's sound effects last night because I'm sat there. It's really late at night and the ring's dark, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'll try and find somewhere to go. I'm doing all these missions, and then I find this chopper. I jump on it, and no joke, the chopper on its own, compared to, like, previous versions of it, sounds really weak. It's as if somebody from the audio team has just gone outside, recorded a moped, like a really old one that you'd expect from like the 1960s, and then they've just put that as the audio for the engine.
I have said this kind of thing about FIFA 3 since Halo 4, that all the sound effects for all the weapons have been dumbing down to the point where they just sound like pea shooters. None of them sound like they have the same punch like they used to.
Yeah, I don't like that with the chopper especially, because like some of the other stuff sounds really damn good, I won't deny that, but like the chopper is the worst, most egregious one, because it's a brute vehicle. You expect it to have that punch and that sort of like massive sort of engine sound that sounds like it's growling or whatever, whereas instead it literally, like no joke, whenever you find a chopper next, try and listen to it. I can actually isolate the moped sound from it because it's that easy to hear. Well, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's just little nitpicks that I have with this overall, because campaign definitely seems to have landed on its feet pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Compared to the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which we won't talk about, I'm trying not to stress out about
won't even
multiplayer.
pay me back. Oh. They
Sean,
upset that guy.
I don't know whether you've seen it, John, but Sean showed me some stuff where basically they've been hiding the multiplayer campaign. Not multiplayer campaign, sorry. The multiplayer content.
Alright, I've kind of glanced at like certain YouTube videos about people saying, oh, look at these like new hidden content, and I've just been avoiding them.
Yeah, basically they have all the game types hidden in the PC version. All the game types that you would expect, they're actually there in the PC version. Sean, do you want to fill him in a little bit on it?
Oh, what they've done is basically switch the switch where instead of people playing the game on what they want, like slaying that, they've gone with the version of switching them all off, the custom ones, and forcing you to go on a randomization one. So it forces you to play game types you may not play or may not like. Because when they did the beta, they found out people don't like the Stronghold or the Fusion one.
The Seed one.
Yeah, so they've gone with we'll put it randomised, because if all the maps die with them on, all there's going to be is Slayer.
And CTF.
A couple of ones. Yeah, CTF, Slayer. Fiesta's a good one. They've got like 6 Fiesta files for like big team Fiesta, small team Fiesta, single CTF Fiesta, and stuff like that.
The multiplayer pick that they have at the moment is a really weird one for launch, because honestly I would have expected stuff like SWAT straight out the gate, but apparently
SWAT's in
no.
there, they just haven't
Activated it.
activated it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe they're still developing it, or still doing like tweak, like gameplay, balance and tweaking or something.
Maybe. It's just weird how they seemingly have them all locked behind this like invisible barrier, and then it's just like, oh, we'll turn them on and off whenever we want.
Or maybe, like Fiesta, maybe it'll be like every special event they'll activate one of the special ones, so like at some point you'll end up with SWAT for a week or two, and then they'll turn that off. Maybe that's why they're all there.
Maybe.
So it's just easier to deploy.
That might explain it a lot better, but I mean, it still doesn't get rid of the whole feeling of, yeah, this is crap, I want to play what I want to play, Like, I want to come on and be able to just play SWAT if I want, or, just play Slayer instead of having to worry about delivering seeds to a stupid location. Yeah, it just does my head in. So I think it's why I'm enjoying campaign more in large doses at the moment, because I just don't have to worry about that crap.
Dave, somebody may be coming online to apologise to me on the party, so... I'll let you know. It's alright.
Okay. that was a weird one. I'll keep the party up on my main screen then.
I may come out to the party.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you need to, come out.
Because this guy's I was on the forum and I showed him videos of that you can do it. He doesn't agree with it, and I just streamed the full video of me getting on the next island.
Oh, for GTA.
$1 billion.
Turn around and be like, have you never played GTA before?
I've played.
No, he's been calling
sorry.
me tons of shit. So on the forum, so I've just proved it, and he said sorry. Well, I just said sorry isn't good enough. You're gonna have to come online and say sorry with your actual voice instead of typing it in.
John, what did you upgrade first on Infinite, by the way?
First.
Yeah.
I think it was. Right, hang on. You might need to elaborate this question a bit more.
Okay, so...
Because obviously, like, as you progress through the campaign story, you get additional armor abilities.
Okay, so, for instance, I only have the default ones, I think. I've got the shield, as in, like, the standard shield that you get, the one that's a passive. I have the threat sensor and the grapple. Which one out of those did you upgrade first?
Hang on, you've got the shield, but you haven't... Hang on.
I've got the standard shield. You get the standard shield at the beginning, I think, off one of the Spartans.
I didn't.
You do.
Oh, so you've not got the shield one?
I got the shield, but I got it at the mine,
Huh.
I think.
Unless you're on about the drop wall, I just mean the standard shield. Because, like, if I look in my menu now, because I'm streaming all of this, hang on. I just hope I don't get claimed by YouTube for it listening to stuff in the background, but it's fine. So
Playing at the stream.
But I've got nothing playing.
I know. I'm just hoping. So it's the grapple shot, the shield core, and the threat sensor I've got. The shield core, I'm almost on Citadel, which basically increases it by 15%. And then I've got the threat sensor I still need to upgrade. And then the grapple I've got maximum upgrade. I've not got the drop wall or the thrust pack.
Right, I know what you mean by shield. Sorry.
Did you just check out on my stream then?
Yeah, so grapple shot, shield, and threat sensor. Yeah, I've got them free.
Yeah.
I first focused on grapple shot and then threat sensor. My shield core, I've only just got it up to like level, I think 3.
Yeah.
But I've primarily just been focusing on the others, like my thrusters and the drop shield.
I'm just checking what other stuff I've got to do here, like, you know, high value targets. There's a couple near me at the moment that I'm going to do later on. I've got 2 out of 4 UNSC logs there, and then there's another one for the prisoner. 5 out of 14 for outpost intel. 7 out of 12 for Infinity's approach. Vanished audio logs, I've got Escherum's testimony, I've got 3 out of 9 for that. 9 out of 15 for outpost intel.
Escherum.
Indeed.
Sorry, I've been trying to figure out how to pronounce it because I've heard it only a couple times, and then I see the text, but I can never think. How do I pronounce it? Is it Escherum? Exum? Escherum?
The Spartan logs. Oh, come on. Getting to the database here is a bit annoying. The
They couldn't give him a
logs
simple
got
name like
3 out-
Dave or something, could they?
I know, right? So Dave, right? He's a really big asshole. We're gonna go kill him. That's basically the story of Halo Infinite in a nutshell. So Dave's an asshole and he doesn't trust his partner. So we're gonna go kill both of them. So we've got evacuation. I've got 3 out of 7 there. Ringfall. I got 2 out of 8. Riviera 1 out of 6. And then the others I haven't discovered. I'm going to need to go back for them. And then Forerunner Archives, 3 out of 7. Skulls, I've only got 1, which is the I Would Have Been Your Daddy one. Which you get,
The best one.
you get that from... where is it? You get that from the tower. It's actually on top of the tower.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the best way to get it is get your grapple to the max level. And then once the grapple's at the max level, just use that to get up the top of the tower. Because if you don't have it at max level, what tends to happen is when you try and grapple the ledge again, because the cooldown is too long, you'll start falling before you can actually reach it again.
Yeah, I know you mean the the swinging mechanic.
I was telling
I've
Sean.
been doing that a few times.
I was telling Sean about this, and I think you may have noticed it. I'll mention it and see what you think. Jumping or trying to jump from different sections of the ring and grapple the other side. Have you done that yet?
No.
Ooh,
You
interesting.
talking to me?
No, I'm talking to John.
No.
John, it's fine. So
I think at one point I kind of was sort of attempting, but it wasn't like to another island. It was you know what they're like in the area that you start in, the first FOB.
Yeah.
Sort of down south. There's like a massive mountain, and sort of cutting halfway through it, there's like this massive ravine. There was a marine squad on the other side, and I was trying to figure out how to navigate through the ravine to get to them.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't just get through it. I just reached a blocked point.
So here's one for you. When you try and jump across a gap in the ring, make sure that there's something underneath you after the first 2 seconds of the jump. Because I found this out quite quickly, and I'm going to describe what it's like, and then I'm going to go over the theory for it. So, when you try and jump large gaps and there's nothing underneath you, it feels like there's an invisible hand dragging you down, and then all of a sudden you just die. Right? And I think what's happened is they've coded it in such a way that if Chief has nothing under him for, say, like 2 to 3 seconds, or if there's nothing immediately under him for like 200 to 300 feet, maybe. And I'm not so sure about the full distance. I think it might just be that they have a ray trace that shoots out underneath the Chief, and if it doesn't detect any geometry underneath him, then it pulls him down immediately. It's like it stops him flat in mid-air, so he doesn't gain any momentum. Because when I've been trying to do it, what's been happening is I've done it a couple of times and managed to jump from certain points and then grapple onto other objects. But it seems like when I've tried to jump larger distances and then use the grapple to take advantage of it and then actually make it across, it's almost, like I said, as if Chief is weighing like 1,000 tons more than he should, and then he's just dropping like a brick out of mid-air straight down instead of having any forward momentum.
I mean, doesn't he already weigh 1,000 pounds anyway?
Yeah, but I mean, like, imagine him weighing double that. You know, it's the best way to describe it as well as whenever you grapple a ledge on the other side, say like you get lucky and grapple something, it's almost as if the grapple doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, it's basically a case of you just get dragged down immediately, and I don't like that because it's not as fun. You know, I understand they've got to do it to stop you from going over to other areas of the ring, like before you're meant to or whatever. But if that's the case, just make the distance or the gap in the ring further than the player can get. You know.
Maybe they heard my friends complain about how Halo's too floaty, so they thought, alright, we'll make it less floaty then.
Yeah, we'll make it less floaty, we'll make the Chief literally feel like you're dropping an anvil. Because that's honest to God what it feels like. That's the only other thing that I think that I can negatively comment on with this so far, because it's just been fun ducking and weaving in combat and trying to avoid getting shot and vehicles coming out of nowhere and killing me and stuff. Like, I can't wait to see where it goes as I'm getting further in it, but I find myself enjoying running around and just wrecking stuff and finding new things. It's a lot more fun at the moment.
Yeah.
Like the story, I'm going to get to a point where I've explored everywhere, and then the story's going to unlock like a tiny little bit, and it's like, well, I've already explored everywhere else, so this is going to take like maybe half an hour instead of like 2 to 3 to explore where I am, you know. What have you actually found that you've found interesting in the game so far?
That's
without spoilers.
difficult. That really is difficult.
I mean, like, on the overworld, you can see the downed Guardian, right?
Right, I'm going to ask you about that.
I'm looking at it
I've
right now on
noticed
stream.
a couple of them, and I've been wondering, they look like Guardians, but I can't be quite sure.
Trust me, this looks like a Guardian that I'm looking at now
Yeah.
on stream. You can see the wings and everything.
Yeah. There's multiple of them as well, I think.
Is there?
That's what I mean.
There's one there.
I'm sure I've seen a couple. That's what.
I'm trying to have a look around now. Some crazy thing that looks like the control room over there or whatever. I don't know whether the Infinity's crashed, because there's that massive chunk there, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've been wondering what would have happened to the Infinity. I'm looking through the audio.
You're
logs
gonna
and
find
whatnot.
out at the end.
Nah.
I haven't saw what's on the end. I've just
Guessed.
I gathered. Yeah, I'm guessing.
I was going to say, Sean, do you know something that we know already? You got spoilers
Well,
there.
I've unlocked all the areas. I just haven't played all the missions. I've just gone for the,
If you've unlocked all
the
the areas, that
outposts.
means you're further in the campaign then than both of us.
No, you can choose just to get all the outposts without doing all the main mission first. That's all I've been doing. Is unlocking everywhere to get all the skulls and that.
Yeah. So you've been going around all the FOBs.
Yeah, that's it. I haven't done all the main missions or killed all the characters and that.
I was going to say, because there's... we've got the left-hand side of the ring and the south that I'm looking at now on stream. But also, in the centre of the map, you got that giant section that almost looks like a bridge or an energy conduit or something. And then you've got the right-hand side of the map, which we've not been to yet, but I'm assuming we can go there, by the looks of it.
You can.
Yeah, so it's like you've been over there as
I'm
well.
just at that bit. I haven't unlocked that bit yet.
Ah, okay.
I think you've got to do one of the main missions to unlock all that area.
I was going to say, because I've been practically everywhere else and done everything when I'm looking on stream now, apart from the odd little high-value target.
But I had to restart this game because I'm going to 100% it. Once that's done, that's over and done with, and then I'm going on Halo. 100% that. It's over and done with then.
That moment where you just like, screw this, I'm going all in.
I
Yeah, I
think,
can't go all in on 3 games.
At once,
So-
yeah.
I think the most interesting thing I've found is how fun the grapple look is when you've got infinite ammo for it.
Yeah. That is interesting. In terms of stuff that you come across though, like Forerunner Ruins and stuff, I found a bunch of stuff that looks like it's from Halo Wars 2. There's that weird place, it's not next to the dig site, I'm looking at it now on stream. It kind of reminded me of the beginning of a Forerunner city or whatever, but then I went closer and it actually wasn't big enough to be a city. It just looks really weird, I'm not quite sure what it is.
I do like that they have.
343 said, yeah, go on, John, sorry about that.
I do like how they have tried to go back to Bungie's art style. At least made a good attempt at a recreation of it. Because everything
definitely.
just look very, very good.
What
Very foreign-y.
What were you going to say, Sean?
Well, I know that they got that main guy that was on 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
of
yeah,
Halo.
Joe Staten.
Yeah, also, they had the crew that did some of the people that did Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of things linking into Halo Wars 2. So
Well, I'm hoping in future DLC or whatever we'll get more links in with it, because I'm really enjoying it so far. I've found a load of underground Forerunner facilities that are fun to explore through and get through eventually, because you can actually get down to a couple of them. There's one that is on the very edge of the map, and I managed to jump down to it and grapple into it, and it had a Spartan core down there, and then I walked through the insides of it, and it's just this giant open area, like a Halo 2 style interior section, and then it actually led me through a canyon out to the other side, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then the signal beacon area that you get in Halo 1, I found one of those that had a brute dead in it, looked like he'd fought some sentinels or something, and there was a bunch of sentinel beams in there. And the door was broken as well, which was pretty cool. So it almost looked like he'd locked himself in there.
Did you notice something a bit odd about the ground?
What do you mean?
I was looking at it and wondering, does that look like dirt or does that look like flood infection?
Oh,
I could be just like...
what, like the stuff I'm looking at the moment?
No, that area that you just described, the dead brutes surrounded by the sentinels. So I've actually seen that room.
Oh, yeah.
I looked at the ground and wondered if it looked a bit... Was it just generally dirt, or did it look like a bit of like flood algae or something? It probably isn't, because...
You do know, because like I don't know much about this ring, but I know people have said
there's flood on it.
I know people have said that like it's an experimentation ring for outbreaks of the flood or whatever. So I'm like, it's possible that they could be here, especially because each ring so far seems to have had like some sort of research station next to it or on it for the flood.
And on top of that, I think in the books there's other research stations that have tons of flood in it, so
it's possible.
I'm thinking there is flood on that ring. It just depends if the Banish have gone and destroyed them first before taking it over.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, they should have learnt from Halo Wars 2 DLC that flood do like exist forever, basically.
Yeah, because of the ruins of High Charity.
Yeah.
It depends, because did we actually get a proper ending as to whether they stopped that infestation or not? Because it kind of just did a cutscene showing some more sentinels coming in and trying to help out with it, but we never got a clear ending to it.
What I saw is that once you did that mission, it showed that they were sealing it back up and the sentinels were there to... Because the flood had already spread anyway.
Yeah.
And the sentinels were destroying all the flood around the ark.
It's going to be interesting if and when we get flood in this to see what they're like, especially, you know, with the new sandbox. So I imagine they're going to be highly aggressive.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Imagine, right, there's going to be a mission where you accidentally cause a flood outbreak and then it just completely changes the whole sandbox landscape, so it's all just infected with flood.
It'd be
So
interesting to
out.
see. Yeah, FOBs get overrun by flood.
Yeah, suddenly you get like random Marines or Covenant that you're fighting against. Sorry, banished. That suddenly turn into flood infection forms because they've been infected.
Another thing that I've been finding here and there scattered throughout, apart from the if you've stumbled across them yet, the stone rings that have the monitor's audio logs in. You get the stone rings that give you those. Those are pretty cool. But I've been finding a lot of, like the portals that Sentinels come out of in Halo 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The ones we're on about, the quarantine zone in Halo 2, and you see all those portals on the walls that they get spawned from. I've been finding more and more of those just scattered around the place. I found one that was broken open, and then I found, I think, another one that was sticking out the floor, and I'm like, okay, am I gonna get sentinels around here or what? But there were none, so I'm like, oh, okay. I don't mind this at the moment as long as I'm not getting sentinel beamed to death. So that was pretty cool, and I found an interesting area that I can't actually go in. I'm gonna highlight it on the map now. Where is it? It is so next to FOB Delta on the left. There's a very large Forerunner structure. I don't know whether it's story related or what, but it has a full interior in it that's lit up and everything, and you can actually see into the inside of it. You can go into the front door and everything. I just can't actually get in it.
Do you want me to tell you what it's for?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Yeah, I saw it before and I was like, huh. I think it was like the other day I was probably looking at it and I was like, what the hell is that? That's pretty cool. That's roughly there where I'm looking at now. Trying to think what else I've found, because like you said, a lot of this stuff looks like Halo Wars, which I'm actually happy about.
I am until you look at the Phantom.
Oh yeah, the poor Phantoms.
The Mega Bloks import.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that Phantom design, man. It's not so much the Phantom design, it's more the animations. Like, I'm going to show you that marine animation that I was on about before. I can't unsee it. Where is it? I'm going to have to go to... I think Delta will work if I go there. Because I don't want to progress with this properly. I just want to have it playing in the background so I can point stuff out, but... Dude, just this run animation, man, it's so stiff.
Giggle cream.
Right, let's see. Let's get some Marines here. There they are. Go on. So we'll get a group.
So do you use the Marines a lot for your missions?
I haven't too much, but recently I've started using them a little bit more just because these seem to be really fun.
I've mostly just been soloing it, and if I just happen to come across a group that happens to be next to a vehicle, or one of the squads that I go rescue happens to have a vehicle nearby, then I'll take them with me. They don't exactly look after them. Like, I just think,
watch these
you can tag
Marines
along.
here.
You can tag along, but I don't really care.
Here they come! See what I mean?
Oh my goodness!
I can't unsee it!
Oh my goodness!
I can't unsee it, man. It just looks so stupid. Oh. Okay. What's that? What's going on? I
They're
can't.
crouch running. That's what they're doing.
I can't. Oh, come on. It's just the one thing that I noticed before. It's like I was trying not to break the game, you know, because once you've done that sort of thing, you can't get away from it. And I'm there, like, grappling around the place, and then I see a bunch of Marines coming over the hill like this. Oh my god! That's even worse! Oh my god! What the hell? Why?
That is advanced moonwalking there.
Oh my god! Just why 343? Give him the worst part is when you're looking at him straight on as they're running towards you like this. Why have they got no upper movement in the torso? You know. I get they're doing the whole trying to stay low while running and holding the rifle at the same time, but you need some sway in their upper torso for it to feel a little bit more natural. You know. There's like no weight to him or anything.
Out of curiosity, I've never really delved much into like animating for like games and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you make like multiple animations, like for example, you made animations for a person holding a particular weapon, and then you do all the animations for all the movements.
Yeah.
Is there a technique where you're supposed to be able to just merge all the animations together so it all seems naturally fluid, so they can be running while carrying the gun?
You can have
climbing while carrying the gun.
You can have individual animations for each weapon and each run that you can then have call at different times so that it looks more natural. Or you can have, like, the best way to describe it would be, like, with Unreal's blueprint system, you can have it so it's set up and it tweens between them. So you have, like, the animations just flowing from one into the next. All I can think of is they just didn't bother moving the upper torso. It's really weird because, like, all it would take is just a little rotation to the left and then a little rotation to the right to convey that, you know, that little sense of, like, weight swaying here and there. But they just don't have that. Which is, it's not game breaking, but it is funny to see, especially when it's like that, when it's clearly highlighted. Yeah, I'll have to show you at some point, Sean.
I haven't seen it, lad. It makes me laugh because I'm like, I'm not a model designer, but even though I know how to do that.
I think they should replace the animations with them bobsleighing it down. Just sit on the bums and just like roll down the hills.
That's the most standout thing I've seen at the moment that's egregious. But like, when I go up to the FOB here now, I'll show you what I mean about the pilot being a killer. I swear, man, he's evil. So what we'll do is we'll do the usual thing.
Well, he's not a happy bunny.
I know, right? He's always wanting to run away. Sean calls him a pussy all the time.
I called him a traitorous shit because he just wants to go home, even though he knows something's happened. I don't like him.
He's just
He
like,
has a
"Dude, you
wife
gotta get out
and
of here."
kids.
It doesn't matter. He's a fucking soldier.
Okay, so here we go, right? They're all coming on the point, right? We got a couple of Marines on the landing point. This is the one thing that I can't get over. This poor Marine here is gonna die because of where they stood. Right, so we'll drop. We'll drop the Razorback because we think, okay, we've got a load of Marines on board. Away we go. Oh, it's actually not doing it now. Oh no, wait, nope, that Marine. Hang on. Oh, it didn't do it this time. So the one time that it doesn't do it, let's try going back to that FOB again, or another one and doing it, because it's happened so many times. It's been ridiculous. Like the other day, I called him out for it. I was like, "Come on, man, are you kidding me?"
You know, one of the assassination missions.
Yeah.
Have you attempted to try and push the target off the cliff?
No, but I can try doing that for the next one if you would like. For a laugh on the next stream.
I attempted it. I succeeded, but it took a few tries because I kept getting shot at by everyone else.
Oh yeah.
I basically was just trying to push the target with a ghost. It was kind of silly and funny because the target was like just it was very staticky when I was pushing him around. Like he wasn't doing a lot to react. It was just me. I was only struggling because the ghost is a bit unwieldy at times, and you know I've been shot at by everyone else.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of funny to just push this target that was just staring at me, going, "Well, what? You're pushing me. What am I gonna do?" Oh, at one point, right, he did actually grapple me ghost, and I was already like over the edge, and I
So
was
you just flew
hoping
over the
to like,
edge?
quickly grapple to like get out of that situation, but I died unfortunately. It would have been an epic moment. Epic enemy hijacking me and me just letting him fly off, but oh well.
I was just about to say there on these Marines, the walking animation is fine. You can see it. That's fine. They got some sway in them. Oh.
What's your most used weapon?
Oh, I was gonna ask you that. My most used probably is the battle rifle.
Mine's the commando.
You're using the commando more.
Yeah, honestly, I just absolutely love it.
Huh, interesting.
I think what draws me to it is it's got a reasonably high amount of ammo capacity.
Yeah.
Because I've mostly just been doing headshot type kills, so I barely use that much ammo per target anyway.
It's like I've just been doing battle rifle and sometimes the sniper. And trying to use those.
Oh, I've just been using a variety of like secondary weapons, just switching it up, you know, just trying out different things, thinking, alright, what's the next engagement I'm going to be in? I might want to grab something of this particular type, like a sniper, or a heavy weapon, or a close range.
I do like trying out other stuff though, especially like the skewer at the moment. There was one FOB that I just tried to take over and there was like 8 brutes with skewers on it, and no joke, I was like sat in my chair dodging in real life, just like, whoa, and got skewers whizzing past my head. I'm like, guys, calm down, seriously. Let's see if he does it now, right? These Marines aren't with me normally. I've just come in, so let's just call a vehicle down and see what happens. If he doesn't do this now, I'm gonna be oh, wait for it. Oh, now they're moving. You're making me out to be a liar here, game. Come on. Seriously, no joke. He's killed so many of them, and then he just flies upwards. Watch him.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's just, he's still there. I can still see him.
That's some intense vertical thrusting there.
I know, right? He's still going. I can still see him. I swear he flew through so high. He went through the other side of the ring. Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, now I've got access to a bunch of different weapons here. So I've got like the sidekick, the grenade, the AR, the BR, the bulldog, the commando, the sniper, the rocket launcher, the duelist energy sword, the riven mangler, the unbound pistol, the volatile skewer, and that's it. Volatile skewer is really fun because it's basically just the skewer, but it explodes on impact.
Yeah. Not very good for close quarters.
I don't tend to use it in close quarters. Oh, I just thought of then another weapon that I tend to use a lot if I can get my hands on it is the Stalker. It's just so damn good.
Oh yeah, it is good.
Here's one for me, without spoilers or anything, because I want to avoid them as much as possible. The whole deal with Atriox on this, man, you know, we were on about it the other day. How we were saying, you know, how Atriox comes in and then kicks Chief's ass and then that's it.
Yeah.
The whole thing about him apparently being dead in the campaign as well, it's like, what the hell happened to Atriox?
Yeah, it sounds like they've done what, well, it's a similar thing to what Disney did with Snow. They, like, made him a big bad enemy in the first film and then just killed him off in the second film.
See, that's the thing though, it's like, they spent all that time bringing him out of Halo Wars 2's storyline, and then apparently they've killed him off screen. I don't believe it. You know, I don't think he is dead and they're just faking him out. Or maybe he's done, you know, like the Chief, how he was floating in space for like 6 months. Until I actually see a corpse or something that tells me specifically how he died, because it's so vague at the moment, I'm not going to believe he's dead. You know.
Atriox lives!
Atriox
I want
lives!
to believe!
It's just because of how much of a big bad guy they made him to be, you know. It's kind of like how they did the same with the Didact in Halo 4. They made the Didact to be one hell of a threat. And you're thinking, okay, I'll eventually have to face him. And then in this game, you get like a glimpse of him in the intro, and you're like, okay, that's going to be the last boss. No, it's Escharum. No, Escharum is all in this game, and apparently it's because Atriox is dead. And it's like, are you kidding me? What happened?
Escherum's an Atriox wannabe. You know, he's trying to take the limelight.
Yeah. Apparently Escherum's supposed to be Atriox's mentor, or somebody said that at one point. It was like, what?
Mentor?
Yeah, I swear, on one of the Halo YouTube channels. They might have got it mistaken, but they were there like, oh yeah, he's Atriox's mentor, and I'm like, wait, what? You know, so I don't know what's going on with that.
doesn't have a mentor. What we saw in Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about, you know, so maybe they've got it confused. But that confused me as a result, because I was like, wait, what?
Maybe they've never played Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's the best way of putting it. I just thought it was weird about that. Escharum seems more like Atriox's best mate, you know? It's like, you got Atriox, and then you've got Escharum as his, like, subordinate. His direct subordinate, at least. That's what it seems to be like at the moment.
His right-hand man.
Yeah.
He's Atriox's hand, like how Jewel Madame was quote-unquote Didact's hand, even though the Didact never made him his hand.
Jewel Madame was irrelevant? He died in a cutscene in Halo 5? That was terrible. They played him all up in Spartan Ops, and then when it didn't go as well as they thought it would, and they wouldn't have future seasons of Spartan Ops, they killed him in a freaking intro. What? He had more storyline in the comics. Why make the comics? I know it's cheaper than having to make DLC for a game, but I would have easily paid more for that storyline, right? You know, it's a missed opportunity.
Dave, think about it, right? What's cheaper to produce a story? A AAA game that costs like millions, or a piece of paper with some pictures and a piece of text that costs like £5?
I understand, right? In terms of the value that you know goes into making both of them, but even though saying that, you know, it's like, even if they just give me a couple of samey missions with just a little bit of voiceover work, which voiceover work it costs, yeah, but you didn't have to have pretty cutscenes all the time. I just wanted a continuation of that story to see where it would go, and what I'm saying is, they would have got more money from people if they'd have turned around and said, look, we're going to give you like another 2-3 seasons of Spartan Ops, but it's going to cost like another 30. I would have gladly played that 30 at that current point in time, primarily to see where that story actually went. You know, they would have got more out of me that way than actually me turning around and saying like, oh, I'm going to buy a comic book. You know, comic books don't cost as much as what they can make off DLC. No. That was annoying, that, for me. and then they go and kill him off in Halo 5. It's like, oh, so it's this guy. Next minute gets knifed by Vale, I think. Come on. So yeah. At least the game's been really fun so far. I can't wait to see where it goes. All kinds of hints all over the place of where it could go. Oh, you know the intro for it, where you go and collect the weapon? When you were on about... when you were on
the weapon.
Yeah. When you were on about, like, the weapon, or not Cortana in capitals with spaces. No. Like, what did you think about that bit? Because I liked the way that, like, we were on about Forerunner architecture and it being more classic. No joke, they went all in on the classic there, because I was noticing bits from, like, Halo 2 and Halo 3 architecture and being like, okay, I like this.
Loved it.
No joke, I got kind of emotional at that bit, because I was like, did it just take us almost a decade to learn how to do a Halo game right? That's basically it. No joke, I'm sat there and I'm getting all emotional because we finally got the classic art style back, and my first thought was, has it really taken this long to get the classic art style and the feel of a Halo game back? And that's why I'm getting emotional about it. You know, it was nuts.
Oh, they spent a couple million to get somebody from Bungie who actually did 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Did you see at the Video Game Awards, apparently Infinite won Player Feedback Award as well? You know, for listening to players. I think that might be because, you know, of the delay for the campaign when everybody turned around and went, excuse me, this looks really crap, do it better. No.
If they're going off the last trailer when they had to delay it, yeah, but they've not listened to feedback since the beta.
Yeah, for the multiplayer.
For the multiplayer?
I don't think it was to do with the multiplayer. I think it was specifically for the campaign in that original trailer, you know, in 2020.
Then that's fine, but if it was the feedback from the DLC and the gameplay...
I'll have to actually have a look into that bit and watch that part of the Game Awards properly to figure out. Because that was funny.
Because I'm with John there. I'm laughing at that. They shouldn't even be given that if the...
Yeah, if it's for the multiplayer, they shouldn't be given that.
Well, really, they shouldn't be getting that anyway, because they just ignored everybody on the beta feedback anyway.
What, for multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If it was for multiplayer, they shouldn't get it. If it was for campaign, then yeah, they rightly deserve it for everybody turning around and being like, excuse me, can you fix the game? Because it basically looks like you're trying to early ship an alpha here.
To be fair, compared to the current competition, Battlefield, Call of Duty, I feel like maybe they've listened a little bit more compared to that. Maybe, question mark?
I'll give them that. They've listened enough that they've you know, turned around and been like, oh, we'll give you more EXP and we'll potentially start doing events and stuff to help out. I'd have to actually log into the multiplayer and see if there's anything else that's been changed since. Here's where I'll find out the only thing that's changed is the pricing of things, and it's gone up in price instead of down. Like, son of a bitch.
Might have an Halo Master Chief Santa.
Probably will get that at some point. They did that with, what was it, Battlefield? Recently they introduced Santa Claus to Battlefield and everyone's like, are you kidding me? No.
I mean, it could be worse. They could have brought religion in and been like, oh look, you can have Jesus.
Jesus with an Enfield rifle, Sean.
No.
Or a new variant of an assault rifle, like an M4 or whatever. Oh, I want Jesus with an M4 now. I wonder if I can do that in, like, Source Filmmaker.
Oh, I noticed you've been dabbling with Source Filmmaker. Wonder what